Hello and welcome back to another The Demonized Idle RPG guide. This is Demonized. Sorry it's been a couple days since my last upload. Been busy and honestly just kind of waiting for something to happen with the game while I come up with new video ideas for it. I know there's still some stuff I haven't covered and we'll get to that. There's a lot more that I still get to unlock. So, something big did happen today. And we got the notice for the next blessing event. Okay, everyone is always asking, what do I do with my keys? Where's the best place to use them? And the next most asked question is, how do I level up? Once you hit about level 950, it becomes near impossible to level up normally. Up to that point, you just use all your keys on XP dungeons here in the challenge area, and you'll skyrocket and get to 950 quick. Once you get to that point, it slows down to a halt. Your keys are no longer given the same experience that they once were. So, well, if the keys are worthless in XP dungeon normally, what do I do with them? Save them. You just save them. You don't use them until this blessing event comes around. This event comes around only 1 to 2 times a month, so usually once every 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, it'll come around. What this is every day at, where is it? Okay, so 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Korean server time. Okay, so it depends on where you're at, but from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. KST, for me, that is from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. in the morning. All right, I'm in CST time. So that's how that translates. You'll have to punch in your time zone to figure out when that is for you. But every single day, you will get one of these buffs up here. And you'll notice it looks like a pair of wings, and it's called the Demonized Blessing, I believe is what it is. And for those 2 hours, so like I said, for me it's from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. For those 2 hours, you get 330% or whatever increased gold, and then 300% increased experience. And it's great. And you would normally save your keys for using it during those times. You'll get a bigger boost than normal. Now, that happens every day. 300% increase for 2 hours every day. Okay, it's going to happen regardless, doesn't matter. But every few weeks, this blessing event comes around. This blessing event, we can see, right there, event detail. 30x XP blessing buff effect, 3x gold blessing buff effect. Alright, so the normal event is 300% gold, 300% XP. This would make it to where you get 900% gold and 9,000% XP buff. That 9,000 is huge. I cannot describe it. When it first came around, I think I was at like level 980, and I had been saving up keys, looking for it, waiting for it, and I made it to level 1200 off of that. And that is absolutely huge because, as most of you know, once you hit 950, you don't get XP anymore. It just doesn't happen. So that's how big it is. All right, so that means June 29th, this Saturday, for 2 hours, whenever this occurs for you. For me, it means I'm going to be waking up at 5 a.m. on a Saturday just to be a part of this. It is brutal, but it's worth it. For 2 hours. This is as long as this this event will last. So I hope you've been saving up your keys. If not, they do have some packs available if you're able to spend the money and get some keys and campaign tickets for this. And for those 2 hours, hop on and run all the XP dungeons you can. Use your keys, use your campaign tickets. If you have keys left over, convert those to campaign tickets and run XP dungeon some more. For 2 hours, you're going to be doing nothing but running XP dungeons as much as you can. So, with that out of the way, let's go over using your keys and campaign tickets on the XP dungeons. So if we go here to our map, and we're in challenge, each difficulty has its own XP dungeon until you get to Inferno. Inferno does not have any XP dungeons in the challenge. Instead, when you get to Inferno, you unlock in the top right this little wolfman, the werewolf icon. Click on here, and you unlock these old dungeons. And then for every zone that you clear, once you reach Inferno, you will unlock the next tier of the old dungeon. You have a gold one and an XP dungeon, alright? Excuse me. So, you've only got 2 hours to use all the keys and campaign tickets you have. In case you were wondering, doing a normal run will cost a key, right? Once I hit move, I can select how many times I want to run this stage and hit move, and it'll cost keys. But if you come over here to campaign, I can select to use all of my, campaign tickets on this stage, and when I hit move, it's just boom, an instant completion of, however many campaign tickets I can run. And then there's no time spent there. If you use your keys, you have to run, through the stage, defeat all the monsters, and it takes a little bit of time. So, what's the best, which XP dungeon should I be running for the most rewards? Where do I use the campaign tickets? Where do I use the keys? So someone out there, I don't remember who, but I'm looking at the guide, and someone has gone through and painstakingly done some research and experimenting to see approximately how much experience you get per key used in the dungeon. All right. So there's two things to account here. Three things. Amount of XP, number of keys used, and then how long it takes to actually run the dungeon. If you're using the skill setup for, which I'm not even doing that, for farming, online farming, and you're just running through the stages, dashing through, and using all your AoE skills, that'll be the quickest. And you're looking at around, a 10 to 15 second run on any difficulty. So, experience gained, keys used, time spent. Someone went through and found that for the amount of keys used and the total time it takes, let's not incorporate time. For the amount of keys used, the easy XP dungeon is actually worth the most for the experience gained versus the amount of keys used. What I mean is, XP dungeon here, it costs 1 key to use or 1 campaign ticket. If I go over here to normal, XP dungeon, it costs 2 keys to use or 2 campaign tickets. So you are having the amount of runs that you can do from 1 difficulty. Hard goes up to 3. Hell goes up to 4. Inferno, which is over here, it stays at 4 the rest of the way. So, long story short, according to the guide, easy is going to be, for amount of keys or campaign tickets used, the best source of XP you can get from this event when you're using campaign tickets. Alright? Because of that third factor, time, will come into play. We're using 1 key. You see I have 700 keys. You only have 2 hours to this event. I'm not doing 700 runs in 2 hours. It's just not happening. It's going to take all day. So, let's do this. I was going to say 4 campaign tickets, do easy. There is a turnaround point. All the way up to Inferno, easy is going to be what you want to use your campaign tickets on. Easy XP Dungeon 10. Okay. The amount of experience gained does not start flipping back in the other direction until you get to the old dungeons, and approximately old dungeon 5 to 7. I'm going to say 7 to be safe. Old dungeon 7 is where the amount of keys used versus the XP gained actually becomes more than the easy 10 dungeon. Alright? So, if we have not reached old XP dungeon 7, and the guide specifically says if you haven't reached old XP dungeon 9, but looking at the guide, old XP dungeon 7 is definitely going to be more than easy. So if you have not reached old XP dungeon 7, then you are going to use your campaign tickets on the easy XP dungeon, and you're going to instantly gain all the experience from that using the campaign tickets. Your keys you're going to use on whatever is the highest XP dungeon that you have available. It could be Hell XP dungeon, it could be Old Dungeon, 3. Whatever the highest one you have available is where you're going to use your keys. Because again, time spent. They're going to cost more keys, but you're going to be able to get more runs in compared to what you would with the XP dungeon because of the time spent. So, recap. Unless you have reached Old XP Dungeon 7, you're going to spend all your campaign tickets on easy, and then you're going to spend all your keys on the highest level dungeon that you have, XP dungeon that you have available. Once you have reached Old Dungeon 7 and above, just blow it all on the highest dungeon that you have available. Okay, so for me, that's going to be Old XP Dungeon 9, and I'm just going to use everything I have on XP Dungeon 9. At least according to the guide I'm looking at, this is the proper way to do this. I know a lot of people, at least my server, are not to XP Dungeon 9 or XP Dungeon 7 in the Old XP Dungeon. So, this is going to be the best use of your campaign tickets and keys. If you have been saving and you've got 3,000 keys saved up, use all your campaign tickets on easy and you start running, your highest XP dungeon. Let's say it's Hell, and you get to like that last 10 minutes of the event and you realize, I still have 1,400 keys left. What you want to do is come down here to your shop, normal, campaign ticket. Go ahead and convert all of your keys into more campaign tickets and use those as well. I know you're losing half your keys to convert them to campaign tickets, but this event only comes around once every 3 weeks. You're going to get them back, and go ahead and getting the XP now is going to be more beneficial than waiting and having another 4,000 keys next time it comes around. So for 2 hours, this is how you're going to level up. For some people, I think for some people it's like 3 in the morning and it sucks, but it is what it is. This is how we're going to do this in the game. For me, I've been working all week. I'm in the south of the U.S. It is hot outside. I've been working all week, and I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. on a Saturday to do this, and it's going to be incredibly worth it. So, that's the end. I hope you all enjoyed. As usual, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you all for the support. I've got more guides coming up. I got a neat little video idea coming up. Join the Discord. I'll have it linked in the description and the comments. This is where I'm getting this XP guide. This is where I've been getting most of my guides and information for the game. And it's just a great community over there. So join up. You can learn more from them than you can from me. I just put it all in video format. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Have a great day.